ASAP Rocky in complete meltdown after RiRi's bombshell. The rain started before dawn. By the time the city woke up, Manhattan looked like it had been dipped in silver. Sidewalks shining, taxi lights blurring into streaks, steam rising from the streets like the city itself was trying to breathe. Inside the penthouse, however, the air felt heavy, too heavy. Rakeem Rocky Mayers hadn't slept, not even for a minute. He stood barefoot in the middle of the living room, hoodie half-zipped, staring at his phone like it might suddenly undo what he'd heard the night before. It didn't. The words were still there, still real, still echoing. RiRi's bombshell. The night before, it had started like any other night. Music low, lights dim, a rare quiet evening without cameras, interviews, or obligations. Rihanna had been sitting on the couch, unusually calm, unusually serious. Rocky noticed immediately. He always noticed. "Why you look like that?" he asked, smiling. "You about to fire me or something?" She didn't smile back. That's when his stomach tightened. "Rocky," she said softly, "I gotta tell you something." 3 words no man in love ever hears comfortably. He laughed it off at first. "Don't do that suspense movie voice. Just say it." But she didn't rush. She took his hand, and then she dropped it. The bombshell. "I'm leaving for London. For a while. Maybe longer." Rocky blinked. Once, twice. "Okay," he said slowly. "For work?" She shook her head. "I'm stepping back from everything. The brand, the spotlight, the life here. I need space, Rocky, real space, to figure out who I am outside all this." The words didn't land all at once. They stacked, heavy, relentless. "And us?" he asked quietly. Her silence answered first. Then she said it. "I don't know what us is right now." Back to the present. Rocky slammed his phone onto the marble counter. The sound echoed through the penthouse like a gunshot. "Man, nah," he muttered, pacing. "This ain't real. She just tired. Everybody get tired." But deep down, he knew this wasn't exhaustion. This was distance, and distance felt a lot like goodbye. The meltdown begins. By noon, Rocky had gone through every stage of disbelief. First came denial. She just need a break. I give her a week, she back. Then came anger. He kicked a chair across the room. "Space? We built this together. What you mean space?" Then came bargaining. He sent a text. "Tell me what you need. I'll fix it." No reply. Another text. "We can go somewhere. No cameras, no nothing." Still nothing. The silence grew louder than any argument. Flashbacks. Hit-hard memories came in waves. Her laugh in the studio. Late-night drives with no destination. Inside jokes no one else understood. The way she'd look at him when she thought he wasn't watching. He sank onto the couch, rubbing his face. How it go from that to this? The question had no answer. Friends tried to intervene. By afternoon, his phone rang nonstop. Tyler called. Ferg called. Even his stylist texted. "Bro, you good? You off the grid?" Rocky ignored them all. Until finally, Ferg showed up at the door unannounced. One look at Rocky told him everything. "Damn," Ferg said quietly. "You look like the world ended." Rocky laughed, but it came out hollow. "Not the world, just mine." The realization. They sat in silence for a while. Finally, Rocky spoke. "You ever love somebody so much you forget who you are without 'em?" Ferg nodded slowly. "Yeah, but that don't mean you stop being you." Rocky stared out the window. "She ain't leaving 'cause she don't love me," he said softly. "She leaving 'cause she trying to find herself." He swallowed hard. "And I don't know how to help with that." That was the moment the meltdown stopped being loud and started being real. The quiet breakdown night fell again. The rain returned. Rocky sat alone at the piano, barely touching the keys. A soft melody formed, raw, unfinished, emotional. Not for charts, not for radio, just truth. For the first time all day, he didn't feel angry. He felt scared, not of losing her, but of losing the future he'd imagined. The message at 1:12 a.m., his phone buzzed. Her name lit up the screen. His heart nearly stopped. The message was simple. "I don't want to lose you. I just need time to not lose myself." Rocky stared at it for a long time. Then he typed back, "Take all the time you need. I'll still be here." He hit send. No drama, no pressure, just love. Ending, Rocky leaned back, exhaling slowly. The meltdown wasn't really over, but something had shifted. Sometimes love wasn't about holding on tighter. Sometimes it was about letting someone breathe. Outside, the rain finally stopped. And for the first time all day, Rocky felt like maybe the story wasn't ending. Maybe it was just changing. Here's a very long fictional drama story based on your idea. Emotional, cinematic, and intense. The penthouse felt too big that night. too quiet, too cold, too empty. Rocky stood by the floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking Manhattan, the city lights flickering like distant stars. Normally, the view calmed him. Tonight, it felt like the whole world was staring at him, judging him. Behind him, the echo of her words still rang in the air. Not loud, not dramatic, just calm. That's what made it worse. Rocky, I need something different now. I can't keep pretending everything's okay. At first, he didn't understand. He thought it was about work, schedules, pressure, another tour, another business deal, another late night. But then she said it, the bombshell. I'm leaving for a while, alone. Silence, not the comfortable kind, the kind that cracks your chest open. The moment it hit, Rocky laughed at first. A short, confused laugh. Leaving, like a trip? She didn't smile. No, I mean, leaving everything. The noise, the spotlight, us, for now. His stomach dropped, that word, us. He tried to keep it cool. Tried to act like the unbothered, smooth version of himself the world knew. But inside, something was breaking fast. You serious right now? He asked. She nodded. And just like that, the room tilted. Denial. Rocky paced across the penthouse like a man trying to outrun his own thoughts. Nah, you just tired, that's all. We both tired. We take a vacation. Bahamas, Paris, wherever you want. She shook her head again. It's not about location, it's about space. Space. That word hit harder than any shout ever could. He stopped pacing. Space from what? Her eyes softened. From everything that's pulling us apart. The crack. Something inside Rocky snapped. Not loud, not explosive, just a quiet internal collapse. He ran his hands through his braids, breathing fast. So that's it? He muttered. You just step back like I'm some phase? That's not what I've been here, he interrupted, voice shaking. I've been here through everything. His voice rose now. I built with you. I dreamed with you. I planned everything with you. She stepped closer, calm but firm. I know, and that's why I need to do this honestly, not resentfully. That word, resentfully. It felt like a knife sliding in slow. The meltdown begins. Rocky laughed again, but this time it sounded broken. You serious? You really serious? He grabbed his jacket, then dropped it, walked to the kitchen, opened the fridge, closed it, walked back, ran his hands over his face like he could wipe the reality away. You just gonna walk out on us like that? He whispered. I'm not walking out, she said softly. I'm trying not to lose myself. That was it. The dam burst. The emotional collapse. Rocky slammed his hand on the counter. Not violent, just desperate. You think I ain't losing myself too? He shouted. His voice cracked mid-sentence. I've been trying to hold everything together. The words poured out now. Fast, messy, unstoppable. I juggle the music, the business, the shows, the expectations, and still come home trying to be enough. He turned away, breathing hard, but somehow I still ain't enough. The room went silent again, and this time he couldn't hold it in. His eyes filled. The real truth comes out. I thought we was solid, he said quietly. No anger now, just heartbreak. I thought we was the one thing in this crazy world that couldn't break. She walked closer, tears in her eyes too. We are solid, but even solid things need air, Rocky. He shook his head slowly. I don't want air. I want you here. That's when his voice finally gave out completely. Not shouting, not arguing, just raw. Don't go. The silence that hurt more than words. She didn't answer immediately. That was worse than any reply. The city hummed outside. A car horn echoed below. Somewhere, music played faintly from another building. But inside the penthouse,